delicious and low-calorie recipe for tomato jelly. Have you ever tried tomato jelly? It has a delightful taste, it's not too sweet, which allows it to be combined with all sorts of dishes. It is versatile, delicious, and most importantly, it is one of the most beneficial jellies for health. It has an infinite amount of vitamins, especially all those making up complex B vitamins. It is very rich in carotenes, giving it its attractive and characteristic red tone. But if that weren't enough, tomato jelly barely has any calories. It is a wonderful source of antioxidants, and possesses properties that are antibacterial, anti-carcinogenic, and hypoglycemic. This information has been supported by nutritionists, and is evidence that also shows that it is an incredible ally for preventing cardiovascular diseases. Benefits of tomatoes. Reduces cholesterol, thanks to their most important elements, lycopene. Tomatoes are raised to being a fabulous way of eliminating toxins and reducing cholesterol. A lot of studies support that. In fact, people who habitually consume tomatoes, either in salads, juices, or jellies, reduce their probability of suffering from a cardiovascular accident by 50. Lycopene protects our arteries. Both calorie and fat-free, 95% of tomatoes is made up of water. They provide us with nutrients and make us feel full, without causing weight gain. They are also an inexhaustible source of vitamins A, B, and C, and minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, phosphorus, iron, and manganese. Improves vision and helps oral conditions. Eating tomatoes helps prevent the appearance of oral discomforts, like ulcers, and they also take care of our vision. Ally against cancer. Studies from the University of Harvard say that by eating tomatoes habitually, cancers associated with the digestive system can be avoided, as well as breast cancer. Recipe for tomato jelly. Ingredients. One kilo of tomatoes. 400 grams of sugar. Juice from 1 lemon. One stick of cinnamon. Directions. Begin by scalding the tomatoes. To do this, fill 1 pot with water and heat. Once the water begins to boil, place the kilo of tomatoes in the pot, and leave for a short amount of time, less than 1 minute. Once the tomatoes are scaled, remove from water and cool with cold water. It will now be much easier to peel them. Remember to always remove the seeds if possible. Remove the tomato pulp, and place in a strainer or in a bowl. Once you have removed the pulp, pour the sugar over top of them, along with the lemon juice, and let the mixture set for 1 hour. This will allow the tomatoes' acids and flavors to mix together. Now you are ready to place the mixture into a pot to begin cooking all the ingredients. Place over low heat. Remember to place the cinnamon stick in this mixture as well, it will give it a very delicious and special flavor. Stir slowly, always over low heat, and little by little, remove the juice so the jelly is thinner. Cooking will take at least 1 hour. You can try it every once in a while to make sure you like it, but most importantly, do not forget to stir it every once in a while. If not, you run the risk of burning the bottom of the mixture, which will leave a bitter taste to the jelly. Once you have a thin and light texture, more or less, remove from heat. Let the mixture set for roughly 1 hour. Let the mixture cool so that the jelly finishes setting, and slowly you will begin to notice that as it cools, the mixture thickens. This is simply delicious. Now you are ready to pour it into glass jars for storage. One way of making them last longer is to vacuum seal the jars. One way of doing this, for example, is to place the glass jars of tomato jelly into a pot of boiling water. Once you hear the pop sound, the jars will be hermetically sealed and will last much longer. One excellent way of combining this tomato jelly, for example, is to spread it on a piece of whole grain toast, along with a slice of brie. This combination is simply perfect. Photo courtesy of Cosinetta News.